Today, you are graduating, our first for you, the members of the class of 2021. I know that each of you will continue to blaze trails with new firsts, whether it's academic accolades, personal bests on the field of sports, and ultimately in your chosen profession. Class of 2021, you truly are first class. It is an honor and privilege to celebrate all of you today. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the senior class president, Ishani Patel. As class president, Ishani has been an outspoken and respectful advocate for her class, and we are grateful for her leadership. You may come up to the podium.
Good morning. Welcome, friends, family, faculty, staff, and of course, the class of 2021 to this year's commencement ceremony. Thank you all for coming to support this class, not just today, but also through the past few years. This ceremony is not just celebrating our transition out of high school, but we are also celebrating what we have accomplished through our past 4 years at NDA. Now, to the class of 2021, I'm gonna be cliche and say we did it. Congratulations to you all. These past 4 years have not been easy. While we haven't climbed Mount Everest, we did take AP tests, so pick your poison. It has been an absolute blessing to have gotten to know you all. As a class, we have laughed, cried, complained, but most importantly, grown together. We came in struggling to open our lockers and being annoying by taking up the entire hallway to walk to class. Now we are getting ready to conquer the world. While we won't see each other every day from now on, I can't wait to hear stories about the amazing things I know you all will accomplish. Again, thank you for joining us here today, even though it is really hot outside. We hope you all enjoy the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishani. We now have the Academy of Notre Dame choral performance by the Glee Club, led by Mr. John Daniel. The song is For Good from the Broadway musical Wicked and was chosen for the class of 2021.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet built from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, So much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea. Like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blamed me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, by a wind off the sea. Like a stream that meets like a seed dropped by a bird halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Thank you to our Glee Club and Mr. Daniel. That was beautiful. I now invite Dean of Students, Mrs. Bernazzani, to the podium.
The class of 2021 is of exceptional academic achievement. Therefore, it is our honor to recognize our two highest achievers of the class of 2021. The salutatorian medal is presented to Ishani Patel. Congratulations, Ishani. Well done. And the valedictorian medal is presented to Emily Aho.
All right. Yes. Hold on. Let me introduce you one more now. All right. Graduating with the highest grade point average in one's class after 4 years of outstanding academic achievement in challenging college honors and advanced placement courses is indeed a most impressive milestone to achieve. And Emily Aho, the valedictorian for the class of 2021, has done just that. I asked faculty to speak of her, and I quote from her teachers and mentors. Emily, always found the time to laugh, was able to take her studies seriously without taking herself too seriously. Emily goes about her business in a workmanlike manner. She comes into the room, doesn't say a word, opens her notebook, focuses on the lesson, and absorbs information for 40 minutes. She is not a clock watcher or a look out the window person, as she is very intelligent and driven to succeed. Her stern determination is to gain as much knowledge as possible for the betterment of her education, and it is not just driven by grades. Emily, watching her dance at events like the Fall Ball, Semi, and Prom has been one of the greatest joys of my life. That same free spirit is what makes her such an outstanding student. Her ability to snatch ideas from readings or class discussions, build off of other ideas, full of energy and excitement, pulling together everything in an energetic dance. Emily, she was always the first to start dancing and tried to get others to join her. She called herself Momager as a joke that she was Ariana's mother and manager. She has the rare ability to give 100% to whatever she is doing at that moment. If she is studying, she is 100% focused on studying. If studying is over for the day, she is 100% focused on having fun. If a friend is sharing something, Emily is 100% focused on giving them her full attention and support. She lives completely in the moment and loves every minute of it, which is very inspiring to watch. Emily is the definition of joyfulness. What wonderful tributes to you, Emily. She has also dedicated herself to the Academy of Notre Dame and to her peers through the 1804 Society, the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, and shared her faith through her work with liturgies as altar server and as Eucharistic minister. A 12-season athlete, she is the recipient of the Rachel Ann Morrison Scholar Athlete Award. Emily will be attending Regis College in the fall on a full scholarship where she will be majoring in nursing. It is my sincere honor to introduce to you the 2021 valedictorian, Emily Aho.
Good morning. It is an honor to speak before all of you today to commemorate the accomplishments of the class of 2021. I want to begin by saying congratulations to all of my classmates for making it thus far. The high school journey is not exactly an easy feat, but we persevered through very long nights of homework, writing English essays till 2 in the morning sometimes, and endless studying for muscle and bone lab practicals. Shout out to Mr. K. With that, I am immensely proud of how far we've come as individuals and as a class. I would also like to thank our friends, family, and teachers for being so loving and supportive throughout our entire high school experience. To our friends and family who offered a shoulder to cry on in times of stress and cheered us on in times of victory, we thank you. And to our teachers who put up with us for 4 very long years, which in that case, we know it's because you love us so much, since it's definitely not for the money. So we truly thank you for everything. Graduation is one of the biggest milestones in a person's life. And no matter what our reasons were for choosing NDA so very few years ago, what is important now is that we are all here today to celebrate this remarkable achievement. Some may consider graduation to be the end of a long journey, but I disagree. It is not an end goal in itself, but only the first step into our bright futures that lie ahead of us, which truly aren't distant realities anymore. The future can often seem intimidating, maybe even a little bit scary. However, over these past 4 years, I feel that I've recognized how we're going to conquer the obstacles we face in the future and pave our own paths to success. Each and every one of you possesses a unique set of skills and talents that have shined through in all you've accomplished throughout high school. I've seen us all discover and devote ourselves to our passions and grow immensely as a result. Each of us is a small little piece to one large puzzle that is our class, and it creates a beautiful picture that reveals how we complement one another in every way. Throughout our time here at NDA, our incredible teachers have equipped us with the tools to succeed, but I've also seen the raw potential our class holds to attain success. And for proof, look no further than the sports championships we've won, the show-stopping performances put on by the NDA Drama Guilds, and the beautiful artwork that is presented in the Muse each year. These are just a few things that demonstrate how talented and capable you all are to tackle the future and live out the dreams you've had ever since you were little. With that, I would say my biggest piece of advice that I wish to leave with you is to never doubt your capabilities. Embrace your value, your talents, and your strengths. And whether it is through art, music, sports, or any other medium to channel your passion, express that inherent love for whatever it is that you do. Gandhi once said, "In a gentle way, you can shake the world." I found this quote to be inspiring because it can apply to just about anyone, including us. Right now, it may seem as if we're merely ordinary high school students, not seeing ourselves as future heroes or historical figures. However, while you may not realize it now, you have the knowledge and the skills to go out into the world and accomplish far more than you could ever imagine. Our class is comprised of future lawyers, teachers, nurses, engineers, and so much more. That alone reveals how much potential we have to influence the world, even if it's in the smallest ways. Our growth has been extraordinary over the past 4 years, and I have the full confidence that the skills and knowledge we've gained throughout our experience here at NDA will guide us to success. Right now, I stand before the future male and female leaders of the world, whom I believe will stop at nothing to achieve greatness. Thank you so much, and congratulations again to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Emily. That was very inspiring. At Wednesday evening's baccalaureate, we recognized many members of the Academy's class of 2021 who excelled in scholarship and service during the past year. Today, we recognize those whose excellence has earned them the highest grade average over 4 years in a particular subject area. I am pleased to introduce our esteemed faculty members representing their departments to confer these prestigious awards. Mrs. Rosano will come to the podium to present the award for excellence in theology.
Hold on. Wait, I've got many pieces of paper in here. Shh. Oh, no, I do have it. They're both white pieces of paper. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, here we go. To receive the award for academic excellence in theology, you need to be the kind of student who pays attention and maintains focus through 8 semester courses. You have proven that you understand scripture and how God works with flawed but loved humanity. You have explored issues of morality, both personal and communal. You have thought about how to live a life of intention. You have explored the impact of sinful structures that prevent people living life as God intended. And of course, you can apply that categorical imperative to everything from vaccine distribution to housing policy to, yes, even a crested black macaque who took his own photo in Indonesia and sued the photographer. Oh, Naruto. This year's award for excellence in theology is going to 2 students. Both students have the highest average in courses over the 4 years here. It is really fitting that the award goes to both of these two. Peas in a pod. What they contribute to the classroom dialogue, the desire to seek understanding, which in every class has led to bigger questions and some of the best on-topic and off-topic conversations. Both of these students have been such a blessing to know both in and outside the classroom. They reminded me every day why I love teaching and why especially I love teaching theology, and especially why I love teaching theology to this class. I am truly going to miss them. I'm going to miss those sick dance moves and those Zoom pasta recipes. So bear with me. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try a trick here. Ich bin so stolz auf ich beide. I am so happy that this year the award for excellence in theology goes to Emily Aho and Kira Pugsley. They're both exactly the same.
Mrs. O'Connell will come up to present the award for excellence in English.
Good morning, Dr. Pacifico, Dr. Flynn, members of the board, my fellow colleagues, parents, guests, and especially the class of 2021. Class of 2021, you are all an amazing group of intelligent, independent, and critical thinkers. I have enjoyed our time together immensely, as each day you inspired me through all your thirst for knowledge, balanced with quick wit and humor that made class absolutely delightful. I think you will agree when you presented the assignments that you had to research a piece of art that reflected a theme or a character. Your selections created lasting memories as the information sparked lively discussions and revealed your level of talent and enthusiasm for striving to think outside the box. Today, I am honored to present the Excellence in English Literature and Composition Award. This award is presented to a student who exhibits all the qualities of values exemplified in both the Academy's mission statement and the hallmarks. This exceptional student also possesses qualities that enable her to imagine, discover, and achieve. With genuine and passionate spirit, balanced with strong and determined work ethic and a positive school spirit. She is innovative and original in all that she does. Excuse me. The recipient is bright young lady who is always looking at the bright side of life. Her search for answers and understanding is never wavering, and this passion allows her to envision all the power of the written word. Leo Tolstoy once said, "I have found that a story leaves a deeper impression when it is impossible to tell which side the author is on. When she puts pen to paper, she excels in leading the reader to ask thought-provoking questions, and she has a thoughtful touch to present both sides of an argument." It has been said that everybody has the ability to imagine, but imagination becomes powerful when you turn it into manifestation. Her creative and expository work not only exhibits her mature understanding of the process of writing a well-written paper with research and analysis, but also mastered the fundamentals and consistently produced outstanding pieces of work with figurative language and sensory detail. It's a good thing you're all better speakers than me. I apologize. It is with immense pleasure that I present the Excellence in English Literature and Composition Award to Miss Emily Aho. You did so well. And again, thank you, seniors, because you were absolutely, it was a blessing to have you from my first year in high school. And just always remember, you are an incredible, talented group of fellow alum. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Connell. Senora Collins will be next to present the Award for Excellence in Spanish.
Buenos días, muchachas y muchacho. Hace calor. No, es caliente. Hace calor. Okay. All right. This year's recipient of the most outstanding Spanish award is going to a young lady who has worked very hard these past 4 years. Spanish did not come easy at first, but her hard work proved that there is no grammar she can't conquer. She came to class with a smile on her face every day, even on Zoom days. Her positive attitude is contagious, but especially her love of sound effects, which, by the way, is a language I don't think I have yet mastered. I am proud of all she has accomplished in Spanish class, and I am super happy and so proud to give the Most Outstanding Spanish Award to Emily Aho.
Congratulations.
Gracias, Senora Collins. Madame Lassan will present the award for excellence in French.
Bonjour mesdemoiselles et bonjour monsieur. Et bonjour tout le monde. You are all wonderful and I will miss you terribly. The recipient of the French Language Award is not only an outstanding student, une acharnée du travail, as she puts it. She works hard. It's nicer in French. But she is also une acharnée des loisirs, which means she plays hard as well, because for her, it's crucial to find a balance between work and everything that's important in life. She loves her family, her friends, and her cat Tiger. She intends to study international relations to make the world a better place, which I am sure she will. I am proud to give this award to Kira Puxley.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Madame. Next, Mr. Versteeg will head up to the podium to present the award for excellence in science.
"13 years. That's how long many of you have been here. You remember when you started? Well, that was also when I started. I started 13 years ago. So to me, this is it's very special to me to be able to speak to you. In a sense, I'm graduating with 13 years too. Maybe I should put my picture on that page on the yearbook. So this year, the Science Award goes to a student who has taken most of the courses that we offer in the science department, including IP biology. Some of you may or may not remember that course. AP chemistry. And it goes without saying that she's a good science student. She has a very quick mind, very quick wit. But what I remember most about her are the things outside of science. It's things like when I'd ask how she was doing in the morning, sometimes she'd be a little reluctant. It's like, okay, so what's going on? All right, okay, Mr. V. And she'd start every conversation that way. The other thing that I remember about her is last year during Zoom, we were trying very hard to have something as a junior class that would kind of bring the class together. And we had various online events, some of them successful, some of them not. But this person proved themselves in one of those events to be the best cake decorator in her class. She also, and so in a second here, I think all the seniors now know who I'm talking about. Isha, in addition to your normal gift, we also remember that you love little tiny things. So Mr. Wolzak and I have found a little tiny volumetric flask to give to you. So Isha Bagat.
Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Next, we ask Ms. Shaw to present the Medal for Excellence in Art.
Excuse me, I do have allergies, so I hope you can hear me. The Academic Award for Art goes to a student who has achieved the highest GPA over 4 years. This year's recipient has dedication and talent, and she shares both with us here at school. Even more so, she shares her gift with her family. I believe we have been part of her family for these 4 years. I can remember her Hallmark project from her freshman year. That was the year we did the hexagon boxes. She included sketches of her home. I believe there was a mantelpiece on the side. There was a little figurine of a dog. There were sketchbooks on one side, and there was a paintbrush suspended from up above. Her sophomore year, she depicted herself on a boat, on a journey to explore the many creative sides of herself and how those might serve our community. Last year on the feathers, she expressed her compassion for others in honoring the dignity and sacredness of each person. And this year, she expressed what she knows is her hidden potential to have a deeper understanding for those around her and for indeed the world. Much of her artwork is about family. And that makes sense to me because I know she creates from her heart. This year's recipient is Kate Conrad.
Thank you.
Next, I ask Mr. DeRosby to present the Award for Excellence in Social Studies.
Thank you, Dr. Pacifico, Dr. Flynn, and good morning to the friends, family, and faculty of the Academy of Notre Dame. Let me start by saying congratulations to the stellar graduate class of 2021. Today, I am honored to have the opportunity to present the award for outstanding achievements in the field of social studies. Before I reveal this year's recipient, I would like to commend this class as a whole for the vivacious energy with which they approach opportunities to learn about, study, and improve the world around them. They truly embrace every chance to learn about their past and their present so that they may have the possibility to improve all of our futures. In my first year at NDA, I was blessed to be able to teach a small but representative group of seniors. These students each day presented a fiery passion for our subject matter that invigorated me as an educator. Their class reminded me each day why I teach. Their intelligence, courage, and diverse perspectives led me to challenge and push them to limits I had yet to encounter in my teaching. Every time they had an opportunity, these students rose to meet my challenges, and more often than not, they surpassed it with unabashed confidence. With this said, it is understood that earning honors for outstanding achievements in the field of social studies among a group which daily prove themselves all to be outstanding is a monumental accomplishment. The young woman who has earned this award has dedicated 4 years to understand the diplomacy of the globe through her commitment to Model UN. She's a student who looks at images of foreign places, people, and cultures displayed in front of her and sighs at her desk. She longs for the opportunity to experience the world for herself. She lights up with a smile at the thought of standing in the great halls of the Russian Winter Palace and feeling what kings and queens felt. She scours political mappings of the Middle East and analyzes the Starry Nights of Van Gogh, digging to find a thread which will spark an idea in her mind, an idea which she will use to develop new global perspectives. Years from now, she will stand in a faraway land, surrounded by individuals, sights, and sounds dramatically different from where she sits now. She will soak it all in, truly contemplating what it means to live in this world and how different people connect with their own unique worlds. She will do what impactful humanitarians do, combine her experiences of our world with her studies of our past to develop attainable solutions for complicated social issues. We will miss the complexity of her thoughts. I know I will miss her eye rolls at my bad jokes. I'm proud and honored to present the 2021 Academy of Notre Dame Award for Achievement in the Field of Social Studies to Kira Pugsley. Congratulations and thank you for all you've taught me. For you. Good job. Congrats. Go.
At this time, I ask Mrs. McNelly to present the Award for Excellence in Mathematics.
Good morning. Not funny. This student is a hardworking student. She came in freshman year, not knowing very many people, living in a foreign country, not really understanding the language completely. She flew through Algebra 1. Her sophomore year, she doubled up. She took honors geometry and honors algebra 2, again, flying through, learning the culture, making new friends, having a great time. Her junior year in pre-calculus, we had a little bit of a snag coming in March. I'm sure y'all remember that time. We were here one day and gone the next. She came through, she did an amazing job. This year, she's had a little bit of a struggle. She had a 12-hour time difference. We got to meet her cat, that was fun. We got to meet some of her friends who apparently don't like math, which I don't understand that. And she flew through it and she accomplished AP Calculus, 12 hours time difference, having to wake up and attend class at 11 p.m. at night. I'm so sad that I can't give this to her in person. I'm not crying, you're crying. Kathleen Lynn, this is for you.
Thank you. Now I ask that Mrs. Bernazzani comes up to the podium to present the Medal of Excellence in Music.
No, I really am not crying. It's hot. I'm just hot. That's all. Well, I know Ms. Morello would love to present this today. I'm going to try to do it as best I can for her. The music department award goes to a young woman who has had the highest average between freshman year music appreciation and 2 piano classes. And that just doesn't always describe her. This young woman, in addition to just learning piano and being able to continue even online this year. But what I remember fondly mostly about this student is her performances in our musicals, her performances with Glee, and the fact that she would sing in the hallways, she would sing in the classroom. And 2 weeks ago when I emailed her and said, hey, Evangeline, can you sing the national anthem? It was okay. And she did such a beautiful job. Evangeline, I love you. Congratulations. Evangeline Rockwell, for the record. I'm sorry. Sorry, I need to stay up here now. For the Academy faculty, one of the most important awards to be announced at graduation is the recipient of the St. Julie Award. The St. Julie Award is given each year to a senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, as expressed through their anonymous written nominations, best exemplifies the ideals of St. Julie. The chosen student models compassionate service and leadership, which extends from the classroom to co-curricular activities to outreach to those in need. The student's life gives strong evidence of Christian values. This student reverences life, respects diversity, and works for unity. This year's recipient embodies all of the above characteristics without fail. And here are just a few of the nomination descriptors of this young woman. This year's recipient of the St. Julie Award is a student who has been described by her teachers as a natural leader and a caring, compassionate student. Her kind nature makes her a joy to be around. Her faith is so genuine and pure. She is truly a joy.
She is eager to help students and faculty while adhering to our mission statement on a daily basis. She is exceptional. She demonstrates strong leadership inside and outside of the classroom. In my class, this is a teacher writing this, she was trying to include everyone in the lab activities and group discussions. She is liked by all faculty, staff, and her peers. She is kind and compassionate. She is aware of and includes others in classroom group work and activities in school. She is always willing to help, hardworking and persistent. She's willing to put the time in to learn subjects that don't come easy to her. She values her education and always pushes herself to do her best. This woman has, throughout her 4 years at NDA, supported her peers no matter what. She has always tried to make everyone feel safe and comfortable and heard in a genuine way. She's also stepped up, especially this year, to be a leader in her class and bring the class together during this COVID year. She has done so much for the class of 2021 and NDA as a whole. She's genuinely a good person in everything she does or says. Her kindness, care, and respect for others and her deep faith in God are authentic. She is one of the most compassionate and kind students I have ever met. She is someone who also embodies the idea of accompaniment and solidarity. She leads by listening and by seeing what it is that people need, not just about what she wants to accomplish. She is a woman for others. It is an absolute pleasure to present the St. Julie Award to Madeline Willant.
Congratulations, Maddie. Such a well-deserved award. Each year, the Academy welcomes a commencement speaker that we hope will bring a spark to our graduates. This year, we gave the class of 2021 a ballot where they could vote for the faculty person that they wanted to give this last official address to their class. Class of 2021, you chose a teacher that has inspired and excited you in the social studies realm. Mr. Comtois has taught at the Academy for 6 years, a seasoned educator with 24 years of experience. His passion for history and for current events has been a catalyst for all of you as you sat in his classes. Here at NDA, we want all our graduates to think critically about the world around them, and this teacher has helped develop this skill in every one of you. He has been a teacher, a mentor, a skilled Model UN advisor. His classroom has been filled with lively debates, music, conversations, and much learning about our country and our world. We will miss him greatly next year as he leaves NDA, but I am so pleased to introduce the class of 2021 commencement speaker, Mr. Kevin Comtois.
I'm melting. Well, first of all, you all look beautiful. And I must say, I think I speak on behalf of the entire faculty. Tom, we're very proud that you are the first young man to graduate from NDA. Good morning, Dr. Pacifico, Dr. Flynn, faculty, staff, administration, families, friends, and of course you, the class of 21. The opportunity to speak to you today is one of the greatest honors that I've received in my 24-year teaching career. I must also say that this is one of the most terrifying moments of my entire life. You might think that a teacher has no fear speaking in front of people. Actually, one of my greatest fears has been speaking in front of people. So it made perfect sense for me to become a politician or a teacher. This will make more sense in a minute. The second greatest honor that I've had for the past 6 years is teaching at this wonderful institution and spending my time teaching you for the 2 of those years. You have made me think, you have made me laugh, and you have made me cry. Sometimes I wasn't sure if I was laughing or crying, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's been a pretty eventful last couple of years as well. We've been through a crazy presidential election that many Americans still don't accept, a pandemic that has destroyed lives and livelihoods. Some of our NDA families seated here today lost a family member to the coronavirus. We have dealt with school and business shutdowns, stay-at-home orders, COVID testing, contact tracing, vaccine anxiety, all while attending school, taking tests, dealing with family situations. It has been a time that we will never forget, but you know what? We did it together. Hank Stram, an American football coach who won 3 AFL championships, said, quote, "As I matriculate my way down the field of life, I will never forget this moment and you, wonderful people, that have made this day possible." So once again, thanks for this great honor, and I am proud to be standing in front of all of you today. When I found out that you chose me to give the 21 commencement address, I thought about my high school and my college commencement addresses. Look, I'm melting, literally melting up here. When I tell you, I couldn't remember a darn thing that they said. So I hope that I can improve on that, and maybe you'll remember at least one thing that I say to you today. And Ashani, I hope I can give you a few more laughs before you get your diploma. As I thought about what I wanted to say this morning, I remembered the senior retreat that you had a couple of months ago when I stopped by for a visit. If you remember, I titled the short talk, "Things I Wish My Teacher Told Me." Well, today we can title this talk, "Things I Wish My Teacher Told Me 2.0. As I pondered about things I wish my teacher told me, I kept coming back to one of the greatest philosophers of all time, Yoda. For those who don't know Yoda, he was a Jedi Master a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Whether we realize this or not, that fictional character created by George Lucas expressed many ideas that are universal and will help you as you navigate your way through this trial that we call life. I ask you to take some of these things with you as you leave NDA to pursue your careers and dreams. Number 1, do or do not. There is no try. Don't ever quit. No matter how difficult the odds may appear, no matter how futile your efforts may seem to be, you can accomplish anything if you put 100% into it. Remember when we watched Mr. Smith Goes to Washington together in AP Gov? Did he quit? No. He took on the most powerful people in Washington and almost died in the process. But in the end, he was victorious. Did George Washington quit when his soldiers were starving and freezing at Valley Forge in '76? No, and he won the war. Did the Little Rock Nine give up when racists and bigots tried to prevent them from going to school? No, and we now live in a land where segregation is illegal. Persevere, stay strong, and you will succeed. Number 2, you must unlearn what you have learned. In order to be creative, you must not depend on what others have taught you. You must be inquisitive. You must think independently. You must think anew. We need fresh thinking for a new generation. Did Galileo accept the idea that the Earth was the center of the solar system? No, he questioned authority and challenged the ideas that were accepted at the time as fact. Don't allow anyone to tell you something is, quote, accepted fact. The whole point of science is theory, investigation, testing, conclusion, theory. Theorize, investigate, test, repeat, question everything. When President Eisenhower warned America about the growing military-industrial complex, he also told us not to relinquish our inquisitiveness to an elite class of scientists or so-called public policy experts. He said profoundly, we must also be alert to the equal and opposite danger that public policy could itself become a captive of a scientific technological elite. Even President Eisenhower believed Americans should not necessarily accept the conclusions of experts, but ask questions and challenge those so-called experts. Just take it easy on your professors next year. Remember, they control your grades. Take it easy on your parents, okay? Don't forget, they had you, right? They raised you, and they're probably paying all of your bills. So be nice to your parents. Remember, you can show respect for experts while at the same time questioning all of their conclusions. Number 3, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering, end quote. Fear is the most powerful human emotion. We've talked about this many times. I'm sure you've heard the old saying, love conquers all. But in reality, fear trumps love. We kill out of fear. We go to war out of fear. We compromise our beliefs because of fear of how others will see us. We're even tempted to cheat on an exam or a homework assignment because we're afraid of failure. We mustn't be afraid. We must not hide for cover when things get difficult. Like Franklin D. Roosevelt said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Even the great literary and philosophical giant Ralph Waldo Emerson said, quote, "He who is not every day conquering some fear has not learned the secret of life." In order to live life, you must overcome those fears. By the way, do you remember my class when those bugs started to fly around and I started to freak? Class ended, right? We had fly swatter. Obviously, I have work to do. One of the greatest first ladies in American history, Eleanor Roosevelt, said, quote, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I have lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing you think you cannot do," end quote. Think about that line for a moment. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. This is a very profound statement. Don't allow fear to stop you from achieving your goals. Don't allow your own personal fears to make you hesitate from doing something. Apply to an Ivy League school. Apply for a high-paying job. Ask someone out on a date. Move to a different state. Quit your job without having a new job lined up. Wait a minute. I think I just did that. But seriously, if we can get FDR, Eleanor, Emerson, Yoda, and Kevin to agree on the negative effects of fear, there must be something to it. Number 4, the greatest teacher failure is, I can't do the Yoda voice, so I'm not going to try. As most of you know, I have 2 favorite sayings. One of them you heard me say at the end of each class for the past 2 years. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace, love, and chicken grease. The other saying I don't use so much, but it is just as important. Fail with dignity. Yeah, I do. Failure is not the end. It is only beginning. Failure does not show you that you cannot do it. It only means that you need to take another shot at it. 2-time Olympic gold medaler Abby Wambach said, quote, "Failure is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to be powered by. Failure is the highest octane fuel your life can run on. You got to learn to make failure your fuel," end quote. Author J.K. Rowling made it pretty clear in 2008 when she said, quote, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well have not lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Learn from your mistakes. Making a mistake is not the end, it's only the beginning. I have made many mistakes in my life. I've actually told you about a few of them. Some were small and could have been easily corrected. Some were major and took me years to rectify, but I never gave up and I never gave in, and I expect you to do the same. Number 5, pass on what you have learned. I know this sounds like a contradiction of Yoda's second point, unlearn what you have learned, but it really isn't. We must learn from those that have come before us and then question this wisdom constantly. I never wanted you to believe anything I taught you, and I know a lot of you did not. That's okay. I only wanted you to learn what I have learned and then go out into the world to either confirm or deny the truth, what I taught you. Columbus unlearned the world was flat and changed the future of human civilization forever. Teddy Roosevelt unlearned what was expected of the President of the United States, and our nation has not been the same since. Martin Luther King Jr. asked us to unlearn the racism and prejudice that was passed on from generation to generation as a fact of life in America. And we now praise MLK as one of the greatest Americans of the 20th century. I ask you to take with you everything that you have learned, while at the same time not believing a word of it. Some of you may remember the first week of junior year when I told you, don't believe a word I say. I said this because I wanted you to find out for yourself. Read, listen, observe, learn, and come to your own conclusions. By learning from the past while embracing the idea that all human knowledge can be inaccurate and conclusions can change over time, you can change the world. You may be the one who cures cancer or Alzheimer's. You may be the one who discovers the ability to travel through time. You may be the one who discovers new transportation technologies to end traffic jams and pollution caused by trains, planes, and automobiles. You may discover a new energy source that can power human civilization for the next millennia. You may be the one who changes the world for the better, one little piece at a time. Which brings me to my final point this morning, the constant of change. Change is the only constant in the universe. The earth has been going through changes since its creation. Civilizations have been changing since the first village created in the Fertile Crescent of Iraq. Even the human species is always changing from one generation to another. My father used to tell me that the only sure thing in life is death and taxes. I'm sure a lot of your dads have said exactly the same thing. If my father was still alive today, I would say to him, Dad, I'd like to amend your statement. The only sure thing in life is death, taxes, and change. Now, I'm sure at this point he would say, yeah, the only change you have left is after you pay your taxes, but we'll just let that go. But here's the point. We are all going through changes as we sit here today, our nation and you. Our nation is preparing to have a permanent human base on the moon, and we are planning a human trip to Mars. Communication technology is making the world smaller and smaller. I actually taught history and government to students in China with video technology. Healthcare technology is improving where it's now normal for some of us to live to 100 years of age. Race relations are changing in the United States since the death of George Floyd, and we really have no idea what these changes will lead to. Our political rhetoric and political polarization, remember that word? Has gotten so vitriolic in the past 5 years that our elected officials can't even compromise on anything. Cancel culture is threatening the First Amendment, Socratic teaching, and our ability to express our opinion without fear of reprisal. Large technology companies like Google and Facebook are collecting and storing your personal data and using it to propagandize you, while at the same time censoring what content they deem appropriate for you to see and read. Change is happening all around us. Those are only a few of the examples. You are going through personal changes. Many of you will be leaving your families, even moving out of state. You will be changing the relationship that you have with your family. You will be meeting new people and making new friends, making a strain on those old friends and those old relationships. You will be learning new skills and ideas that may make you question your career goals, question your education plans, and even question your own personal belief system. You will be challenged in ways you cannot even imagine. You will encounter professors stuck in their ways, refusing to think outside the box. You will learn to have professors that will accept new ways, and they look at old ideas in new ways. Embrace both and learn from both of them. You will encounter wonderful people with a heart of gold and the spirit of St. Julie. You will also meet ignorant people full of hatred and bigotry. Embrace the good people with all of your heart, and please pray for the bigot. For we are all God's children, even those who are lost and need to be found. Change is inevitable. Be ready for it. Embrace the changes or fight the changes, but make a choice. Take a position. Don't stand on the sidelines of life. Take a side and argue. You have one life to live. Live it. You are an individual. Express it. You are alive. Yell it to the mountaintops. Finally, I would like to leave you with this. Everything we do in life really comes down to those 6 famous words that opened the most important document in American history. In the name of God, amen. Thank you. God bless and good luck.
Thank you so much, Mr. Comtois, for your inspirational words to the class of 2021. Please know how grateful we are for your presence here today and how much we will miss you next year. At this time, I now ask Dr. Pacifico, Mrs. Bernazzani, and Mrs. Grant to help in conferring the diplomas.
Good. I would just ask if you could all hold your applause until the entire list has been read and every student has the chance to cross the stage. We would be very appreciative. Thank you. First row. Madeline Grace Wallant, Salve Regina University. Samantha Ann Fisher, University of Maine. Emily Brianna Lavelle, University of New Hampshire. Ariana Isabella Concepcion, University of Massachusetts, Lowell. Madison Elizabeth Burrow, Wheaton College. Krishna Patel, University of Massachusetts, Lowell. Isha J. Bagat, Regis College. Ishani Patel, George Washington University. Sophia Bradley, Regis College. Isabel Marie Hallisey, University of Rhode Island. Bella Grace Tellinghuisen, University of Massachusetts, Lowell. Minya Jennifer Wang, Penn State. Shayla Ospina, Gordon College. Shakira Rose Willett, Neshoba Career Technical Institute for Postgraduates. Srinisha Ganamurali Sahimavathi, Boston University. Sydney Bradley, Regis College. Rose Strobel, Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Kira T. Pugsley, American University. Angela Marie Tarantino, Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Kate Elizabeth Conrad, Bentley University. Kennedy Andrea McCarthy, University of Massachusetts, Lowell. Sophia Morgan Jean, Temple University. Rijun Lucy Liao, School of the Art Institute of Chicago. Ashley Tasha Tovar, University of Massachusetts, Amherst. Sorry. Thomas Leo Reagan, Rivier University. Very momentous occasion for us right now. Emily Rose Aho, Regis College. Evangeline Bedard Rockwell, St. Anselm College. Yulan Kathleen Leon, Emerson College. Hi, Kathleen. I'll be watching. Giai Carrie Song, Le Cordon Bleu, Australia. Luying Zoe Joe, Boston University. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
At this time, I would like to invite Alana Aquaviva, member of the Notre Dame Alumni Association, to address the newest members of the Alumni Association.
Good morning, seniors, families, faculty, staff, and friends. My name is Alana Aquaviva, the class of 1998, and I am the current president of the Alumni Association. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you, the class of 2021, into the exceptional group of individuals who share a common bond and care deeply about NDA, its history, its value, and its future. Seniors, a few weeks ago, we gathered together as you accepted your gold medallion and recited the alumni pledge. Today, your induction is complete. My wish for you is that you think back at your time at NDA with pride and carry its lessons and memories with you through every phase of your life. I'd like to leave you with a couple quotes from the founders of the Sister of Notre Dame de Mur, Saint Julie Billiart. Learn to say always how good God is when things are right and when things are wrong. Go on gently with patience, charity, kindness, peace, and without worry. I hope these bits of wisdom from St. Julie will guide you on your next adventure. On behalf of the entire Alumni Association, congratulations on your graduation and best of luck in your future endeavors. You are always welcome at NDA.
Thank you, Ms. Aquaviva. It is with great pleasure that I now ask Dr. Pacifico to bring the 167th commencement to a close.
Thank you, Dr. Flynn. Good morning, everyone. Today, we celebrate you, the class of 2021. As head of school of the Academy of Notre Dame, I am honored to have the opportunity to be part of this milestone. Just about a few years ago, I was sitting where you are today, preparing to graduate from my PhD. I know you must be feeling so many emotions: excitement for your future, fear of the unknown, sadness about leaving the past behind, joy of the many good times you have had with your classmates, with faculty, and with the staff. I hope that you are leaving NDA with knowledge, true friends, strong mentors, and solid foundation to build upon your future. I love reading, and I think that each of us are the author of our own story. Every experience, every decision you make is adding to the rich fabric of your story. Today, you are closing the chapter on high school. Right now, your next chapter, college. It may be feeling like a mystery or even a science fiction. You may be worried that there is so much to learn that the story will read like a textbook. I pray that is not the case. I hope your next chapter is a page turner. I hope that we have given you the confidence, the courage to take advantage of every opportunity available in college, to accept the challenges that will change the arc of your story. It is clear to me that NDA's class of 2021 is beyond special. Already, you have learned to adapt the plot line of your story. Welcoming your first male graduate, Tom Regan. Learning and graduating during a global pandemic. Graduates, look around you. Your friends, family, mentors, faculty, staff, they are characters in your story. And right now, your stories are intertwined as you support each other, cheer for each other, listen to each other, challenge each other, and maybe today even share a few tears together. As you move on to your next chapter, these characters here today and those who are with you in spirit are excited to see your next chapter, to see where your story will take you. Seniors, I ask you to take a moment and reflect on the people who helped you to complete this chapter. And I ask that you remember to thank them for their support and ongoing guidance. Thank you to our parents and families. Thank you for entrusting us with your child. Thank you for all the support, guidance, and love you have provided to these students so they have become these confident, successful young adults who are seated here in front of us today. Make your life a bestseller. Embrace every plot twist. Write every chapter with faith and good intention. And remember the words of our foundress, St. Julie Billiard, as you go off to college. Show that you put all your hope in God. Take risks. Go on full of good faith. Congratulations, class of 2021. You did it.
Thank you, Dr. Pacifico. Well, class of 2021, it is done, but we do not live in a vacuum. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and the same to assemble the Academy's annual graduation rites. The senior farewell prayer service, the medallion ceremony, May 21st, the baccalaureate liturgy and awards ceremony, and today's commencement exercises. We want to give grateful thanks to the corporation members of the Sisters of Notre Dame, board members in attendance and on Zoom, Mrs. Rosano and the Liturgy Committee, our tremendous faculty and staff, Ms. Lauren Marquis, Director of Institutional Advancement, the Academy Glee Club, alumni pianist Jacqueline Morin, class of 2003, Kelly Rice, Director of Communications, Senior Class Advisor, Mrs. McNelly, Junior Class Advisor, Mr. Versteeg, Mrs. Marsden, Mrs. Bernazzani, Mrs. Grant, Dr. Pacifico, Mr. Seavey, Mrs. Gugliotti, Mr. Norton, Mr. Abreu, Mr. Barry, Mr. Casey, Mrs. Abreu, Mr. Conant for setting up all our senior-related venues from prom through graduation. And of course, heartfelt congratulations to all of the families present and to our graduates, the Academy's class of 2021. And I know this is a very special next step. It is now time to process to the front stairs for the traditional class photo. And we thank all of you in attendance today for being here to celebrate this special occasion and moment with us. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.